Okay, we have a lot to talk about. Things are getting crazy, including my hair. Can you get a haircut? What do you want? Sorry, we're going full hippie mode. It's getting wild up in here. Freaking naughty. Yeah. So, how are you surviving the zombie apocalypse with no zombies in California? It's gotten wild in here. So, I was one of the first people to warn people about coronavirus, telling them to get water, get food, get ready. It's going to get live. Well, it got live. But let's stick with the science and the data. So I'll be really curious to see if YouTube strikes me down. What you want to do is search for the two doctors from Bakersfield who made a viral video that has like 8 million views, but YouTube scrubbed. Basically, these two urgent care doctors from Bakersfield, California were saying the exact same things I have been saying in all of my YouTube videos. Please check them out. We already had this shit in California. The numbers are so low here, it does not warrant a shutdown of any kind, let alone a complete shutdown, the shelter in place. 1 in 5 people have had it here. The antibody tests are starting to show. I say like 1 in 3. We're going to find out. But let's stick to the numbers. So in a 7-day period, which I've reported previously in my last video, you had, and these numbers basically haven't changed. We have like, what, 2,000 deaths to 2,100 deaths in California from COVID. Okay, that's over like multiple months at this point. And you have like these doctors broke it down. You have like a 0.03 chance of getting COVID if you live in California. Okay. And even if you do, okay, the majority of people like me, like my son, like 35 million out of the 44 that live in California are low risk population. Does that warrant a shelter in place? Does that warrant closing of all these businesses? Does that warrant economic destruction? Because this is what's going on. Even the hospitals are going out of business. They are laying off doctors and nurses because without elective care, that's their bread and butter. They don't make any money. They are going to crumble. Everything in our country will be destroyed if we do not reopen and get back to life. That's fact. The president today in his town hall on Fox said it over and over again, and he is right. Now, we'll get into the whole Trump thing, but I want to stay focused on what's going on here. The numbers in California are insanely low. Well, it's not from social distancing, you... I want to swear and say so many nasty things, but I'm going to try really hard to be more family friendly in this video. Oh, you can do it. Okay. So, yeah. We closed 5-6 days earlier than everyone else. That's why our numbers are this low. No, these doctors said the same thing. No, look, we already had it. Okay, it was being passed around from mid-November. 800 plus flights from China that came to the U.S. A big bulk of them coming to the Bay Area, California. Come on, okay. My son was sick, like, I'm positive me and my son and probably my mom and my dad, because we were all around each other. My mom went to the hospital in January, had blood clots from like a massive infection, all things that connected to coronavirus now. My son had this really nasty upper respiratory thing that I had to stay awake for several days. several nights listening to him, and I have a multi-story townhome, listening to him through the furnace vent because I was so worried about him because it sounded so bad. I had something where I was an asymptomatic carrier though, mostly. I had something, I was coughing up junk and just felt like, but like, I was a swimmer and water polo player. I have like lungs like Michael Phillips. No, Michael Phillips. I'm so stupid. Retarded. Phelps. Not really. But I have super swimmer lungs. So there was one night where I woke up like, gasping for breath. And I remember that. It was right after he was sick. And I thought it was just, I had whatever he had. And I thought I just, sometimes that happens to you when you're sleeping. But what's really weird is there has been now multiple people that I've talked to that said they think they have had it. And that was their exact. Now, I didn't tell them my story. They told me theirs. And they're like, I woke up one night just gasping for breath, gasping for air. And it was really weird. I hadn't ever done that, or I hadn't done that in a super long time. And I was just like thinking in my head, like, all bug-eyed, like, whoa, that's totally what I went through. So there are many of us in California that we're positive we have the antibodies, but we can't get the test still. Now, let's get into this. 6 minutes in, let's do it. 6:35. Okay, the tests are not the federal government's responsibility. This is your state, city, local government's job. They want to, okay, if they want to, and look, Constitution, Bill of Rights does not say when coronavirus comes, everything gets torn up. No. Constitution, Bill of Rights still exists. They cannot tell you when to start and stop your business. Everybody who has a small business, open up tomorrow in California. I will only speak for my state. Open up tomorrow. Disobey the governor, just like Primo's barbershop in Vacaville, which was on Fox News this week. Do not let these bastards put you out of business. These morons that have been elected by these Democratic sheep idiots. They do not understand economics. They do not understand a small business, that we're just going to stay closed for the rest of the month of May, even when the science, the numbers do not dictate it. F no. And I salute every one of my American brothers and sisters, business owners that refuse this authoritarian tyranny and open up their businesses anyways, because they can do it safely. They can wear masks, they can wear gloves, they can do the 6 feet, they can let in only a certain number of people, but there is no reason why every single business almost cannot be open right now. In this failed leadership of our pathetic cuck, simp, coward of a governor, you, Gavin Newsom, you're a fucking douchebag. Oh, there he did it. Oh, well. You're just a puppet of Pelosi? That's what some people have been saying to me, literally. Managers of businesses in California, in your districts. That you're just some pathetic puppet of Pelosi. Well, I'll tell you what. I say you're worse than that. I say you've never owned a business in your life. You've never created anything in your life. You're a lifetime politician. You are a SACO-SHIT big guy. And it shows, because there's zero leadership. You have done zero leadership, not only for the businesses and reopening things, but for the kids in the schools. You've said nothing. You're pathetic. Even Al Pacino, who's running New York over there, Como Pacino, he at least stepped on Blasio's nuts when he tried to say, oh, I'm going to do this with the schools. He's like, whoa, 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 I'm the governor, bitch. Boom, we're going to do schools the way when I say it's okay. And it's going to be a coordinated effort, because you're not just going to do what you want and expect everyone else to do whatever. I'll give him props. That's strong leadership. That's good leadership. I could criticize Como a million times, and his brother, don't even get me started. But let's focus on what's going on here in California, because that's where I live, and that's what's directly impacting me and my family. 10 minutes in. Let's get going. So, on Sunday, at the Capitol building, I protested. Yeah. It was awesome. I took my son. He wanted to go. He's sick of the baloney too. He wants to play with his friends. He wants to be able to go to parks. He wants to be able to play sports. My son is a soccer stud. A little Pele out there. But we can't even give money to our soccer association because, are you kidding me? It's just like flushing it down the toilet. I can just see it now come fall. We're not having the season, sorry, and no refunds. Yeah, okay, so glad I paid early. No. We need to, if we had any kind of decent leadership, this stuff wouldn't even be an issue. But seriously, he thinks he's like some king of some nation state. The dude is so fucking pathetic. Anybody that voted for Gavin Newsom to be our governor, you are scum, dude. Our state is just falling apart right now. So when I went to protest at the Capitol on Sunday, Gavin Newsom had an army of CHP because while he's doing his king tyranny, city-state, nation-state lockdown, nobody's on the freeway. So he can pull hundreds and hundreds of CHP and let them walk around like monkeys around the castle of the Capitol, even though that's our capital. That's our property. And you cannot deny or just please go to my Instagram, KaiserDog76. You will see some excellent photos from the protest. It was some BS. Fascism. Elon Musk is right. I was interviewed by like 3 TV cameras. It was totally surreal. You know, I'm there with my son waving the American flag and just demanding that this insanity ends. You want to go by science? You want to go by numbers? Let's do it. 2,000 dead out of a population of 43 million? 37 people died in a week from COVID, and you're saying we have to stay closed for the entire month of May? Fuck you. More people die in traffic accidents in the state in a single day. You know, these people are just, they're so goddamn, they're like brainless, libtards, you name it. That's what we're dealing with in California. So it was crazy protesting. I got such a rush because if you know my history, you know I've been messed with by police for a long time. So it was kind of cathartic to be able to get out and be like this constitutionalist, yeah, freedom, Braveheart out there. They were all looking at me. This one fat cop, he wanted to tase me, bro. Don't tase me, bro, so bad. But they couldn't. Because as long as we didn't cross their line, they weren't allowed to do anything. And I was sitting there filming my 9-year-old son being like, this is what you guys are here for? For a 9-year-old son with a flag? Oh man, we made them look so bad. Because they should. This is what your tax dollars are going to. An army of CHP, well, no one is allowed to operate business because we're a nanny state. Is that what you want? Because all the old people in California, and we have an aging population that's a huge problem. These fucking old people, don't even get me started. But I got parents and they're part of that old people. And they're freaking insane. Almost we should take away super old people's voting rights. Dems would never win again. But seriously, like, man, they really messed things up. Because, okay, boomer, there's something, it's not, it got hijacked by these moronic e-thoughts and stuff, but there's something to that. The boomers screwed this country over and every other generation from them more than anybody in history. It's never been the same. That was like the boomers, they grabbed it all and they're like, nope, sorry, done for you. And we're gonna keep housing prices really high and everybody else is gonna get screwed for life. Yeah. Any of you that know economics really know what I'm talking about, but it's okay. So this, coronavirus, it's not fake. Everything I made was correct. We all, in California, we all had it already. Most of us. There's no reason to keep the state on any part of lockdown. And the Dems and this pathetic governor and Pelosi out here, they're literally trying to keep us closed in, I guess, an effort, because they think it's going to hurt Trump, because the nation can't move forward. The nation can't get back going unless California does. Because literally, California is the fifth largest economy in the world. So think about what that means to the other 50 states. If we don't get going, if we don't get restarted, that hurts Trump. That hurts his reelection. So these mother effers are going to make all of us suffer in an effort to hurt Trump. Now, if you have TDS, if you hate Trump that much, that you would rather have all these millions of people suffer in an attempt to not get him reelected, well, I hope you burn in hell and die an early death, because you're a piece of shit. I love my country. I love the entrepreneurs. I love the people that strap their boots on and no matter at what age, figure it out and scratch success and a living for them and them families and try to pass on their kids that drive to do it. I know America. I know the dream. It's not dead, and we can rise from the ashes like a phoenix in the fourth quarter of this year. But it's going to take people shutting up, getting to work, and not being afraid, because we're all going to die. And I'm not going to die from some stupid Chinese BS. That's a promise. All right, let's go out and do this. Free California. I will be in Sacramento every freaking 3 days until this ends. Because, I protest, it drains me. Then I recharge for a couple of days and I go back. See me out there. Kaiser Dog 76. Love you guys. Take care.